Hi Stampers! Today we're going to be making a little Easter card, which I think is so cute, and this is actually one that I'm going to be sending out to my family and relatives. So I wanted to show you how we made it. It's just a really adorable little set. So sometimes you think that you can't use those little tiny sets for things, but it gives a big impact when you put all these different things around it and the different layers of paper. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. So we're going to take a piece of very vanilla cardstock. And this is cut 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and then score at 4 1/4, and this will be our card base. We're going to go ahead and score that down. The next piece of paper you're going to take is Pretty in Pink, which is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So we're going to go ahead and use that as the second layer. The next layer that we're going to be using is, this is a specialty designer paper. This is called Sending Love, and it has patterns on the back, so we're going to use this lighter pink pattern. And this is cut at 4.5 inches long by 3 1/4 inches long, and that will be our next layer. Then our next layer, what I've used is, again, Pretty in Pink, and this is cut by 3 inches long by 2.5 inches. And what I've done is I've already ran this through the Perfect Polka Dot Impressions folder, and this is the one that you actually put through the Big Shot. So you would take your plain cardstock, put it in here, and then run it through your Big Shot machine to create this polka dot pattern, which is so nice. It gives it such a beautiful texture. This is one of my favorite impressions folders. I use it all the time. That will be our next layer, our third layer. Then the very last part that we're going to be using, this is actually where we'll be stamping our little bunny on. This is our very vanilla cardstock, and this is cut about 2 inches by 1.5 inches wide. So we'll go ahead and stamp this, and I'll show you how I did that. I used this So Cute stamp set, which I love, and it is so cute. That's a great name for it. I'm going to use a little bunny in there, and there's all kinds of really cute little things in here. And this is in the main catalog. This will be in there until June 31st, and then, of course, or June 30th. Our new catalog comes out July 1st. But it has a little pea pot on there, a little tiny flower, a little peanut. Oh my God, is this adorable? And then the little bunny. So we're going to, of course, use the bunny today. And I'm just going to use chocolate chip stamping pad to go ahead and put our bunny down on there. So we'll go ahead and stamp that down. And put it right in the center there. There you go. And then we're going to go ahead and color this in. And we're going to be using blender pads to color this in. So here's the blender pens. And I know I've used these in the past, and I'm also going to be using some Stampin' Right markers. This is the chocolate chip Stampin' Right marker, and there is a very thin side and then there's a thick brush. So we're going to be using the thin side, and what we're going to do is we're just going to outline the edge of the bunny with this. So we're just going to go on the outside of the bunny and just give it a little bit of highlight here. We're going to go around the little bow, go around just the one side, and come up there. So that's all we're going to do on the little bunny now. Then I'm going to take my crumb cake, and I'm going to go ahead and just press it in so we get some color inside the lid. And we're going to be using our blender pens to color in the rest of the bunny. So again, just a real nice light coloring in of the bunny. Going to give it a little bit of dimension here by coloring him in. Just, kind of highlight, shadow. The bow is actually going to be a little different color, so I'm going to skip over the bow. And we'll just kind of color it in like that. So we got our little bunny colored in. You see how quick and fast and easy that is. It really goes quick. Then as far as the little bow, we're going to be using Old Olive. And again, just kind of squishing the lid to the top so we get some color inside of the lid. Clean off our pen and just go ahead and color in the bow with a little Old Olive. There we go. So that's all done. Alright, so that's how quick and easy it is to do our little bunny. Then the next little part we're going to actually do is we're going to go ahead and stamp our little tag that says Happy Easter. And I use the Teeny Tiny Wishes set. And I'll be using chocolate chip again. And again, we'll just take a little scrap piece of very vanilla paper. We'll go ahead and stamp that down. And then I'm going to use my word window punch and go ahead and punch that out. And again, ladies, I can't stress how much keep these big scraps because you really do use them all the time. And we'll go ahead and put that down. and we'll start assembling our card. So the first layer you're going to put down, I've just gone ahead and used some snail. We'll go ahead and snail that along the edges. And we'll get that down. And then the next layer that we're putting down, I've actually rounded the corners here on the next 2 layers. So I'm going to go ahead and use my corner rounder. And we'll corner round the DSP paper on all 4 sides. And before we actually glue this one down, we're actually going to be tying a bow around it. So I've taken a piece of Pretty in Pink satin ribbon. We're going to go ahead and tie a bow around this. And I did put it off to the side a little bit, but you can put it in the center if you wish, whatever's good for you. And we'll go ahead and tie a little bow on there. Hopefully we'll get this the first time around. It seems like whenever I do these videos, if I'm tying a bow, I can never tie a bow the first time around. So let's give it a try and see how I did. Yep, okay, let's do it again. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more ribbon here. And yeah, I tie a lot of bows, so I'm getting better at it, but it wasn't the easiest thing for me to learn. I kind of do it at 90 degrees. Do my little bunny ear. I'm going to turn it around. But like I said, whenever you're on the video, it seems like this takes forever. You know, you can zip it out when you're doing it in your own room all by yourself for some reason. Anyways, so that's pretty good. So we've got this is about 16 inches of ribbon to tie it around this second layer. So if you wanted to tie it around the first, of course, you have to use a little more. That's actually a really good bow, so I'm happy with that. So then we're going to go ahead and put some snail on that and get that piece down. And you could also use dimensionals on this one if you wish, but the ribbon lays pretty flat, so you should be fine with it. So we'll go ahead and set that down in the center there. Then the next layer is the one that we're also going to be using the corner rounder on, so we'll go ahead and do that. This layer we will also put down with some snail. And again, you can see how pretty this is coming together. It's just a really fast, little simple card to do. And then we'll put our little bunny down. And for this part, I think I'm going to use a couple dimensionals just to kind of pop it up a little bit. So we'll put those on the back. There we go. Alrighty. And then the last little part, of course, is our little Happy Easter. And I'm just going to put a little bit of snail right in the center there and attach it just in the middle of the bunny card. There you have it. That's all there is to it. May you have a blessed Easter, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.